Let's open by talking about Adam Thielen. How do you feel about his performance yesterday?
Adam Thielen is a bum. That's like the best way to put it. My man had a whopping 2 receptions, got 12 yards in total, 6 yards per carry. And so, there's not really much to say about him. He's on a very significant decline from what we saw in previous years.
All right. So do you think that Jefferson was kind of just like overshadowing him? Like you said, he had 2.2 fantasy points.
I'll tell you, he's a bum, bro. But honestly, like I would say since what you call it? Wait, who was it? You said.
Oh, Jefferson?
Or since Justin Jefferson got onto the Vikings, we've seen like a lot of his numbers go down, especially like in 2018 he had 113 receptions, and then like last year he had 70. So we've seen a significant fall off in like targets and overall production from him.
Do you guys ever think he was the wide receiver 1 on his team?
No, not on Carolina.
No. Well, now it's
on
Carolina,
the
but like
Vikings.
when Diggs
Even
and all
on the
them.
Vikings, no. Stephon Diggs there, like he was always the main guy. That Minnesota Miracle, who can forget? So.
Not Jack. My roommate was crying this weekend because Minnesota lost. He was just weeping in my arms as the Bucks won. But that's life, It's tough being a Minnesota fan or being in Minnesota at all. Everybody hates it there. So, how do you guys? Go ahead and break up your.
So for my player, I'm focusing on Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense. They completely got shut down yesterday. They were not able to move the ball at all smoothly, consistently. Joe Burrow only had 82 passing yards, QBR of 20. So that's like career lows, week 1, everything. The Bengals, honestly, they always seem to start off kind of slow. Last year they had Joe Burrow had like 4 interceptions against the Steelers week 1. But I'll say that I think they can turn around.
Do you feel like, all right, you're also a Steelers fan, so how do you feel about the fact that he has so much belief in a guy who's modeling in his headshot?
I mean, that's all he is a model. He's not a quarterback. I mean, you see the numbers. You see what he did. He can't play against the Steelers. He can't play well against anyone in the division. So I expect actually more numbers like this. Instead of him being super good, I actually expect a season like this, especially with the calf injury.
Jared, what do you think? You think he falls off? You were saying you drafted Mahomes in fantasy, and then this guy also posted an absolute dud, and they're allegedly the top 2 quarterbacks.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Do you think that he falls off this season?
Honestly, I think so, yeah. I'm not seeing much production from him. And, there's obviously time to grow and see how the season develops, but as of right now, I'm not seeing much of it.
I don't know. I mean, he just signed a $275 million 5-year contract. Like, I'm a Steelers fan, but I got to put some respect where respect is due. Joe Burrow is still that guy. I'm sorry. Even though it pains me to say it, he's still one of the best QBs in the league. And I do, even though it pains me to say it, believe that this Bengals team will get it kind of turned around. Not as bad as this, but.
They gave him all that money, and they can't even sign T. Higgins back. If he's struggling like this with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase out there, and you've got Joe Mixon getting washed, just older every year. Who? That's who's going to save the Bengals offense.
I don't know if he would save them, but like I think he's still one of the best like wide receiver 3s and stuff for sure.
Wide receiver 3 saving the Bengals and sexy boy Burrow.
Saving?
Can we?
Joe Burrow doesn't need saving.
Oh yeah, we call him sexy boy Burrow.
Well, no, I was gonna say. I was talking about. Can we still call him Joe Shiesty? That's the real question.
I don't think you should have called him that to begin with, but Dom definitely did. Yeah, I don't know. I think that he's good, but they definitely look bad. I don't know if the Browns are going to be a playoff team.
I
Maybe
don't
they
think
bounce
so.
back.
No,
but-
never. Absolutely not.
Oh, so that's too far, but you guys
That's
will
way
support the
too
Bengals.
far.
Support. I don't know, but I'm not supporting the Bengals. I'm just, as an unbiased fan, I can see them picking it up.
Okay.
And as a biased fan, I don't see them picking it up.
Well, I can respect that more. Let's talk about another one of your bias.
Let's talk about the greatest receiver of all time, a.k.a. Puka Nacua. I mean, you see the numbers. Look at him. I mean, he broke the record of all time. Rookie wide receivers, in the week 1, he had the most targets of all time out of any rookie. Broke Anquan Bolden's record with 15 targets, 10 catches, and 119 yards. I mean, the numbers don't lie, and neither does Puka Nacua, and neither do I. So keep an eye on him. He's going to be the best wide receiver of all time.
I want you to spit this crazy fact here. How many leagues do you have him in this season?
So some people would be embarrassed. I'm not. I'm in 11 fantasy leagues, and I have Puka Nacua in 10 of them. So
All money leagues.
all money leagues, I'll be working towards that 11th league, getting him ASAP right after the show.
Which is pretty outrageous when you think about it. Boys, he has a 95% availability in Yahoo Fantasy. How do you feel
I'm
about the fact
gonna
that
go pick him up right now. Let's be honest.
Oh, are you about to go pick him up because your team was that bad this past season that you have number
Well,
one? in the league?
actually, I think Tyreek Hill really turned me around. The Dallas defense, sorry Giants
Dude,
fans,
Dallas
but,
defense was tough last night.
Yeah, they put up monster numbers.
I got absolutely obliterated in fantasy by Tyreek Hill. So yeah.
Well, as a Dolphins fan, were you happy or disappointed?
See, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was happy to see it happen. I was so happy to see him go off, but I looked at my fantasy, my fantasy board, and I was just like, this is not good at all.
Okay, but how are you feeling about their whole team? All right, you had Tua. We talked about it a little bit off the break. Everybody's talking about how thick he is, thicker than a Snicker. Oh my God, is he working the pole? What's this guy doing? He just looks so fine and curvy. And then you got him out there. Maybe he's got a little more zip on the ball. That's what they're talking about. He launches it, and it goes still like 10 yards. He just doesn't have that deep ball.
Just give it time. And, it's in development right now. We're trying to save our boy from the concussions. So, wait for him to, keep beefing up a little bit. He's going to be
beefing up more.
is in development. That's what it is.
He's hating
The
right now. I can't lie, he's hating. But yeah, just give it some time. Dolphins will be on top by the end of the the year. So just wait on it. Just wait.
You guys feel like he's still the wide receiver one because Waddle breaks out big, and obviously yesterday he had 215 yards. He said he wants 2,000 this season.
I think he's the number one option.
You think he's still the number one option?
Yeah.
How do you feel about your guys' run game? Because he was a running back to begin his career, then obviously he blew up as a receiver.
See, I feel like not a lot of people credit his running back ability because when you watch him in the open field, you'll see like as soon as he catches the ball, he's off with it. He has a lot of power. He's shoving people, doing anything he can to keep going forward. So,
Yeah, the yards after carry is crazy for him. And Jalen
yards
Waddle.
after catch, they're both always open.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How much does the speed bail out Tua's weak noodle arms? What a lot of people want to know is, you know? You know how Tua has like a real weak noodle arm?
Let's not get crazy now.
Take my strong hand.
Wait, who's your team?
The Bucks, we're undefeated.
I mean, all I can say is that you guys lost Tom Brady. It will never be the same. So just sit on that.
Lost Tom Brady, but Tom Brady's last game was a loss. Baker Mayfield's last game was a
Baker's 1-0.
win.
Doesn't matter.
We're back, baby. Number one overall pick was Baker. So arguably he's just as good as Caleb Williams. Tank for Baker, we already got him. That's all I'm saying.
Trust me, we know about Baker. But
Yeah, we know
You guys
all
know
about Baker.
and
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't know about winning.
mid-season incoming.